Hello, and welcome to SOLIDWORKS xDesign by Dassault Systems. In this video, we will demonstrate the power and convenience of cloud-based CAD software by modeling the tomb of Sneferu-Khaf. It is labeled Tomb G7070 and sits at the west end of Cemetery G7000 in Giza, Egypt. This video will cover the basics of sketches, extrudes, lofts, and linear patterns, all while showing necessary steps for students to create their own tomb model. We'll begin by starting a new component, and we'll create it in a collaborative space called Tomb for easy sharing and editing later on. We want to build the tomb on a plot of land, which we can model as a large rectangular prism. Select the XY plane and select Edit Sketch. xDesign will automatically orient our view to a normal view of the XY plane. We'll use a center rectangle in the Sketch tab to create a symmetrical rectangle on the origin. Select Sketch Dimension and click on the edges of our rectangle to type in our desired dimensions. Select OK. Under the Feature tab, select Extrude. A dialog box will appear, and it will ask you to select the profiles we'd like to extrude. We'll select our sketch as a profile, set the extrude distance to 20 meters, flip the direction, and click OK. We know from page 113 that the mastaba is 26 meters north to south and 12.85 meters east to west. We will create a sketch on plane XY to serve as a reference. To create shaft A, we will create a rectangular sketch 1.55 meters wide and 1.6 meters tall. Under the Feature tab, click Extrude Cut. Select the shaft A sketch and cut 3.85 meters into the ground. If we'd like to see hidden lines, under the View tab, select Shading with Edges and Hidden Lines. We'll do the same for shaft B, except we'll extrude this profile 15.74 meters into the ground. We will add space for decorative masonry later. We will now replicate the passage using the Loft tool in the Feature tab. A lofted cut will cut material between two selected profiles on multiple planes. We'll create the first sketch directly on the south wall of shaft A. The north end of the passage connected to shaft A has a rectangular profile, 1.5 meters high and 1.7 meters wide, positioned 22 centimeters from the east wall of shaft A. To create the second profile, we will first create a plane 1.65 meters south to sketch on. Since the ceiling of the passage is principally horizontal, we will constrain the top edges to be collinear. Select the top edge of each profile while holding down Control and click Collinear. Once we have two profiles dimensioned as specified, under the Feature tab, select Loft. A dialog box will appear. Select Cut. Be sure to indicate your profiles in the same corner of each profile. If origins of your lofted cut are in different corners, you will most likely get a failed or twisted cut. We will represent the chamber as a simple rectangular extruded cut. We know from the documents that the chamber is between 214 and 215 centimeters tall and 4.5 meters wide north to south. The depth of the chamber is defined by the extruded cut based on our profile. Practice your knowledge of sketches and extrudes to create the canopic recess and ledge inside of the chamber. The maps, plans, and manuscripts mention that the first 5.5 meters of shaft B is lined with massive masonry, and the dimensions of each layer are reported accordingly. We'll make space for the masonry using an extruded cut, and fill in the space with sketches and extrudes. If you'd like to avoid merging the extrudes, you can create each layer of masonry on a new plane, offset from the previous layer. Now we will begin replicating the walls of the mastaba. We create a sketch on a reference plane that is collinear to the south side of our reference rectangle, and sketch a profile of a limestone block. Now we will demonstrate an element of modeling efficiency in xDesign by linearly patterning this extrude. Under the Feature tab, select Linear Pattern. A dialog box will appear and will prompt us to select the items we would like to pattern and the direction in which we would like to pattern them. We can select other bodies, planes, and even a face pattern on the body itself. Repeat these steps to establish the first layer of limestone for the mastaba walls, but be sure to leave about 3 meters of space on the east wall for the chapel entrance on each layer. While it's certainly difficult to imagine what the serdab and chapel look like, we can use xDesign to work through its structure. We'll start by creating a reference rectangle for the chapel. We'll guess the shape of the chapel walls with sketches and an extrude to represent the first layer of limestone. We'll go through the same process to create the serdab. Feel free to explore the sketching and trim tools to add as much detail to the limestone as you'd like. According to the maps, plans, and photos, this tomb was filled. We will emulate this process by filling the mastaba with an extrude and continue building the layers on top of it, layer by layer. We'll repeat this for the second, third, fourth, and fifth layer until we have the specified height of 5.4 meters. Finally, we'll add an extrude for the door and an extruded cut along the edge's direction to create an indented feature seen on the east wall of the mastaba. Now the model is complete, and we can practice our xDesign modeling skills on all of the tombs in G7000 to create a model of the entire cemetery. We can now take this model, 3D print it, share among peers and friends, export to SolidWorks, or even upload it to a virtual reality software. Thank you, and good luck with your future endeavors in SolidWorks xDesign. This completes the demonstration.